Every smoker knows what it feels like to be told their breath and clothing stinks. Every smoker knows what it feels like to be reminded again about all the toxins and carcinogens they ingest with every inhalation. Every smoker knows what it feels like to be shamed or berated about their lack of basic self-control, or to be patronized, to be told, "Look, dummy, it's simple. Just decide to quit, fight the urges with some willpower, and well, just stop." Most people would say, good, yeah, they keep failing because they don't want to quit that bad. So let them feel all that, let them suffer a bit. It's for their own good. The problem is, feelings like stress, shame, and fear can't be the cure for a bad habit like smoking, no matter how hard or how often we try to use them. Because at the end of the day, they happen to be the cause of the bad habit. You'll understand how that can be in a second, but before we get there, ask yourself, what if the same thing is true when it comes to ending your bad habits? After all, you also know what it feels like to feel stress, shame, and fear due to your shitty behavior. From feelings of regret and unhappiness over wasted opportunities, to feeling panic and anxiety because you procrastinated hard on some important work. What exactly have these negative feelings done to help? Have they motivated you into getting your act together, or have they just made things worse? The book came to me at a low point of my life. I was in a rut. I was depressed and struggling with something I could only describe as an internet addiction. On one of the countless nights of aimless Reddit browsing, I came across a post ranting about this cheesy 80s self-help book on smoking cessation. My immediate thought was, come on, how could some ideas in a book cause someone to instantly quit such a nasty habit? Yet, as I read on and started poking around, I came across more and more hype and success stories. A tiny seed of an idea was planted in my mind. If so many people were clamoring about how the book miraculously made them quit, well, perhaps there was something there. Maybe I could borrow and tweak and bend the core concepts to adapt them to use to end my own set of bad habits. I knew it was a long shot, like reading a yoga book to improve your golf swing, but I had nothing to lose. So I read it. Alan Carr's approach to smoking cessation was different than what you might expect. He didn't rehash what was already being said. No cancer stats or other scare tactics. Nothing about taking baby steps or other patronizing lines of practical advice. It also wasn't filled with generic platitudes or this motivational rah-rah on how you can do it if you just believe in yourself. No, instead, Carr insisted that smokers know the stats and risks. They know what a diseased lung looks like. They know it's dangerous and illogical and a colossal waste of money. They really don't need to be reminded. In fact, Carr argues they would be better off if they weren't reminded. That the warnings and reminders of all the ills of smoking actually hinder a smoker's ability to quit. To recognize why, you need to understand that for smokers, tobacco use is a vice. And the defining thing about vices is that they're great at relieving bad feelings. Think about what that means. When smokers get berated or nagged about their behavior, or when they cough and feel gross and think to themselves, well, that's it, I'm a goner. I mean, tiny cancer cells are probably setting up shop in my lungs right now. Well, they will feel stress or shame or worry, no surprise there, but these are feelings we evolved to avoid at all costs. So with that will come a natural urge for relief from those bad feelings. And to a smoker, nothing relieves better than a good long drag of a cigarette. So at the end of the day, smokers smoke to relieve the stress triggered by all the consequences of smoking. It's a closed feedback loop that only gets tighter and tighter with time. Seen from a distance, this coping behavior is disturbing, but okay, before you scoff at how irrational smokers can be, understand that you are guilty of the exact same phenomenon. Like when you find yourself struggling or suffering due to your bad habits, when you look back at your life in regret or shame, when you compare yourself to others and tell yourself how your life could be so much better only if you could just stop being so weak-willed and pathetic. Or when you feel stressed or anxious because you've procrastinated again and now you've officially screwed yourself over. But what happens? What is your reflex? You reach for your vice. You reach it by impulse and habit. You don't even think about it. It doesn't matter in the faintest that the vice itself has been a major cause of your pain and your bleak situation. That fact doesn't even register. To your primitive brain, it's life or death. You've evolved to react instinctively to relieve painful feelings. So you do, with your vice, every single damn time. And with that realization, the book ended. Then I had that Office Space moment of clarity, and I never went on Reddit or YouTube or Instagram ever again. Okay, that last part isn't exactly true. It turns out just learning about this mental absurdity is not enough to end a media addiction. It takes a lot to fully delouse the brain from years of faulty mental programming. I'll take the liberty to say it'll take a movement. It'll take a different way to think, a new paradigm, something you can ponder and digest and try on. And, well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's just start with this YouTube channel and go from there. So for now, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace.